Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're like me, there has been a time in your life where you just got sick of your wardrobe. You couldn't take it anymore. You hadn't been shopping in a while and you needed to remake your wardrobe. I fell into that position a few months ago and I decided to start by going to YouTube because I was in the position where I was way out of date and way out of style. And I needed some down and dirty style advice, and YouTube was my answer. Today, I'm going to share the top 10 ideas I gathered out of watching hundreds of YouTube videos over a short amount of time. All of these ideas are relevant and can help you remake your wardrobe or give you some really good fashion advice for here and now. I did also include 8 or 9 other ideas at the end of the video, so make sure to stay till the end. I just listed those last 8 ideas out, and these first 10 I'm going to talk to you about in detail. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, real brief, why I wanted to remake my wardrobe. I think it'd been about 10 years or so since I'd really given any concern to buying new clothes, getting things fresh. I mean, when a pair of jeans would wear out, I'd replace them. And every now and again, I'd buy a new top or a new outfit. But I hadn't really looked at my wardrobe in quite a while, hadn't given it a lot of thought. And that's where the YouTube videos came in. Super helpful. So huge shout out to all the YouTube fashion people who spend hours and hours and who have really good senses of style and who share pictures and ideas and stories with us as listeners and watchers and give us this great advice. So let's get started. Idea number 1 is the rule of the thirds. And I never heard this rule before. It might be familiar to you, but basically when you think of your entire body, you almost want to break it up into thirds, and you want 1/3 and 2/3, or 2/3 and 1/3. So you want your outfit to be sort of a 1-to-2 proportion. And I think that has something to do with the golden ratio. It's just more pleasing to the eye if our outfit is broken up into that proportion. And you can achieve that by having really long, straight or wide leg pants with a higher waist and a short top. You can get that proportion by having a long jacket and a shorter skirt or skinnier pants. Now, one thing the fashion experts at YouTube would say is no rules are hard and fast, right? So know the rule, break it if you need to. But a lot of times when I look at my outfits now, since I learned this rule, I will notice that the problem is they're broken right in half. Like I'll have a belt right in the middle. And sometimes if there's something I can do, you can achieve that by adding a short jacket. You can achieve that by adding, tucking your top in, different tricks you can use to get your silhouette to be the 1-to-2 ratio or the 1/3 to 2/3 ratio. Tip number 2 is to stick to 3 colors maximum. I hadn't really heard this rule before, but it makes perfect sense. When you have too many colors going on, it's really hard for the eye to know what to look at. Different versions of the same color are okay, and they would still count as one color. But if you have on a navy jacket with a red top and blue pants, all of a sudden there's not a lot of coordination. Your eye doesn't know what to be drawn to. So if you're getting ready to walk out the door and you feel like your outfit is not quite right, count the colors and you might be able to make a swap and get yourself to the 3 colors. The fashion vloggers seem to disagree on whether black and white are colors to be considered in this 3-color rule, as they're pretty neutral and kind of non-colors. So I'm not sure where the black and white fit in, but I know for me, if I stick to more of a monochrome outfit, especially being petite, that works for me, and to try to not have more than 3 colors going on. Tip number 4 is also on colors, and that is to try to find your colors and to stick with them. I had lost sight of this a little bit, but there's certain colors that just look good on me. And I'm sure you have the same situation. That color of blue or that color of red that just always makes you feel good and glow. Back in the 80s, there used to be something you could buy, a book that was called Color Me Beautiful, and it had all the colors listed out in a color wheel. It's kind of the same concept. Some colors just work well with some skin tones and some hair colors. And the best way to figure this out when you're shopping is to really just hold that color next to your face. Try to get in front of natural light if you can. Take a look. And some colors just kind of make you glow a little bit, and some colors make you shrink, or you know it almost immediately. So look for the colors that work for you and stick to them. On that note, what you wear next to your face always matters, obviously, more than what's on the bottom. So if you make sure, even if you have to wear something that's not your color, always try a scarf in your color and kind of bring that great color up to your face. Tip number 5 is to invest in good coats, handbags, or sunglasses. These are the things that you see every day, you use all the time. So if you have the budget, those are the pieces you should be investing in. You're going to get a lot more bang for your buck with that great pair of sunglasses or that great coat. I did use that tip to inspire me to finally buy a pair of Ray-Bans that I've been looking at for a while. And I got to tell you, every time I put them on, I get that little oomph in my step. I really do enjoy those sunglasses. So if you can invest in good pieces, make it those pieces that you use every day over and over. Tip number 6 has to do with a third layer or a third piece. And the advice would be to try to add a third layer to your outfit. What's a third layer? It can be a jacket. It can be that scarf. It can be a handbag, a crossbody bag. Anything that adds a little something more will tend to make you look put together. I know I've used that piece of advice a few times. I've looked in the mirror and seen that something just was not quite there. Something was missing almost. And then when you add the jacket or the sweater, it really gives a little boost to that outfit. So try to have that third piece. Tip number 7 is there are literally dozens of ways to tie a shirt or to tie a sweater, to remake something that's oversized and maybe frumpy. If you go on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, you will see women and girls doing crazy things with sweaters and shirts. And they're not that complicated. Sometimes they do involve a safety pin or two, but you can get some ties going. You can remake a shirt a lot of different ways. So if you spend a few minutes online looking for a way to make current one of your old frumpy shirts, you might get some great ideas there. Tip number 8, skinny jeans are out. I've been living under a rock. I didn't know that. Maybe you're under the same rock. In case you didn't know it, you want your jeans to either be straight down or tapered out at the bottom. You definitely don't want them to be tapered in, which is what the skinny jeans are. So skinny jeans have been out probably for a couple of years. They're not coming back in. It is time to work them out of the rotation and move on from our skinny jeans. While we're on that subject, also out are the short rise. So you want mid rise or even high rise on your waistline, and you want either straight, boot cut, or wide on your pant leg. You will immediately feel more updated. Tip number 8, or idea number 8. This is a huge one that one of the fashion vloggers just mentioned in passing, but I think it's a great idea. Keep a fashion journal. Whether you snap a picture of your outfit every day or you keep it on a spreadsheet or both, it's a really good record of what you wore. And I like to make notes, just quick notes. I rate my outfits. You know, did I feel like an 8 out of 10 in that outfit? Did I feel like a 5 out of 10? If I felt like a 5 out of 10, what could I maybe purchase or try next time? I love having the visual record in my phone of what I'm worn. And I also like keeping notes on the computer. So either way, a fashion journal of some sort will help you develop your own sense of style and help you perhaps when you go shopping. I also think that seeing something on the camera as opposed to in person in the mirror is there's something a little more objective about it. I know I had this blue dress and it's a blue and white dress. I tried it on with a white cardigan. And in the mirror, I thought it looked fine. But when I looked at it later in that picture, all I could see was white. And I don't know if it was the color of white against my skin or what, but I didn't really like that cardigan with the dress. And it's something the mirror didn't tell me, but the picture really did. So keep a fashion journal. It will help you as you progress through remaking your wardrobe or as you progress in your fashion story. If you've liked this video so far, please go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe. I plan on bringing lots more content to this channel. Okay, tip number 10 is stick to organic materials. And by organic materials, I mean cotton, linen, silk, wool. All of these materials last better. They feel better, they wear better, and they are better for the environment. I know over the last 10 or 15 years, I've gotten away from this. I think a lot of us have with all the fast fashion that's come out. But when I was going through my closet wanting to burn it, I didn't burn anything, but really trying to revamp my closet, I noticed that the materials or the clothing that lasted the best really was that all natural material. Stuff I was getting rid of tended to be the polyester or the sateen or the spandex, whatever. The organic materials last a lot better. They wear a lot better. They look better when you wear them. The first thing I check now is the tag. I look right inside. It is difficult or even impossible to get all 100% organic all the time. And we don't even necessarily want that. I mean, our jackets are going to be lined with, we can't always afford to line them with silk. So they're going to be lined with some sort of synthetic material, or our jeans are going to have a little bit of spandex if we want that stretch. So it doesn't have to be 100%, but make sure the majority, 80, 90% of what you're buying is organic. Chances are you're going to like it a lot better long term. The only exception to this rule is athletic clothing. For athletic clothing, it really helps to have the spandex and the waterproof materials and so forth. But for all of our day-to-day clothing, I think we're going to be a lot happier with those all natural organic materials. Okay, guys, I hope these first 10 tips have helped you. I am just going to sort of give you a laundry list of the 8 or 9 additional tips that I got out of watching hundreds of hours of YouTube videos on fashion. I hope these extra tips help you as well. I really appreciate you watching, and let's get started with the extra tip. The vamp of the shoe can have a lot to do with lengthening your leg. And the vamp is that part on the top from like the middle of your foot to the toe. And depending on how much material or how little material is there, when you're wearing skirts or shorts, whether there's a vamp or how big the vamp is can really matter in how long your leg looks. I really didn't believe this as much until I saw it in person with some of those pictures I was taking for my fashion journal. So it makes a really big difference. So pay attention to the vamp of your shoes. While we're on the subject of shoes, if you want to make your legs look longer, match your shoes to your pants. That's always going to keep the line extra long. There is a conflicting rule that's also super cute, but conflicts with that rule, and that's match your shoes to your jacket. The fashion vloggers call it the sandwich look, and there is something really pleasing and cute about having your shoes and your top match. Of course, it conflicts with the other rule, so use your best judgment. Do you want long legs? Do you want the sandwich rule? Whatever works for you will be great. On the subject of shorts, and especially shorts for midlife or above women. A lot of us are reluctant to wear shorts because we feel like they're too revealing. We're not super comfortable with our legs. Shorts can still be super cute. One thing that helps is make sure to buy them big. You want lots of material in the legs. You want lots of material in the rear end, and they're going to be more flattering. They're not going to bunch up as much. You're just going to feel more comfortable in them. On that note, with shorts, another way to make the shorts cuter or maybe less revealing is to wear a blousier top, or even consider long sleeves, perhaps a jacket. You can really dress up shorts. You're not too old to wear shorts. You just want to make sure you wear them right. Tennis shoes, or trainers, as they call them in the UK, are fine with just about any outfit. Make sure they're clean. Obviously, you want clean, nice looking shoes, but women wear them with skirts, they wear them with suits, they wear them with dresses. Comfort is king here. You can wear your trainers with just about anything. Do make sure they're clean. They're never going to be my go-to fashion choice. I just don't feel as comfortable in tennis shoes, or I don't feel as put together in tennis shoes as I do in other shoes, but they're definitely an option, especially when we know we're going to do a lot of walking. Accessories matter. I tend to, in the past, I've forgotten about that, given up on that, but really you can make or break an outfit by adding some accessories. You don't want to over accessorize. On the same note, a lot of women make that mistake. You don't want to try to have a bunch of necklaces, a bunch of bracelets, a belt, and big earrings. You know, pick one or two spots, show off your accessories, and go from there. These were the 18 or so tips that I got after watching hundreds of fashion YouTube videos. I hope they were helpful to you, whether you're trying to freshen up your wardrobe, get some new ideas for spring, or you're like me and you're just doing a huge makeover. I hope these tips and tricks were good for you. If you have any additional tips and tricks, please drop them down below in the comment. As always, I appreciate your likes and your subs, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Thank you.